Good morning. This morning we are going to read poems written by your fellow classmate, your classmate. I think some of the poems are very beautiful, and I like them. And I think I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I think some of you are already good poets. So. I hope you will enjoy them. And also, we're going to read Shelley's Adonais, part of it, and also Adonais is a poem about the death of John Keats. Also, we are going to read one of the best poems by John Keats, Ode on the Krishna. Okay, okay. First, let's go to the poems you did. 김현준? This poem is very beautiful. Requiem for Little Flowers, a memorial poem for victims of fairy Shelley. Boughs that have boundless potentials have been swept in rapids even before it blooms. Even before they bloom. It was not completed, but there is a pure beauty in everything immature. Yellow butterflies dance and pray. Seagulls sing for them. Seas living for the heaven have planted 50 million hearts. You like it? 김현준? 나윤주? Okay. This is the poem done in class. Fairy Shelley. Those who submerged in deep sea, they are innocent. Dirty tongues of politicians infringe their innocence. Instigation, divisions, chaos. Newspapers fight with each other by using sensational false titles. Brainstormers, stockholders, disgusting tongues of agitators. They exploit the dead. Okay. 정지야? Shelley. Students were buoyant with expectations. Expectations were soon shattered with the word wait. On the brink of death, what would they have felt? Leave this cold world and please rest in a warm place. Okay? The students just followed their orders, right? Right? The captain said, wait, and they waited. And horrible, huh? 김지연? Light candles. No one who came back alive, no hope returned alive. But people light candles. They say, we will not wait, we will remember. We will wait, we will remember. Still, people get together and they light candles again. 김재용? Death and grief. I can't find warm feeling, though spring has come. Please come back like spring. Come back as if nothing had happened. I want to see you smile again. I want to see you chatter again. 최동아? Rough wind. Rough wind. Rough wind that moans loudest. The trust is gone without responsibility. Rough wind that moans loudest. The true souls are gone with responsibility. Did you know? Leave them alone. Please leave them alone. I'm so sorry and sad, but the family of deceased were so sadder. Please leave them alone. You guys may feel sorry and sad, but the family of deceased were much sadder. Please leave them alone. The pure helping hands are good, but do not use their sorrow for other purposes. Please just leave them alone. Please do not disgrace their sorrow. 반저이, kebab. What is kebab? It's a kind of food, right? Turkish food. Turkey. People in the entire world are showing their feelings about for the missing passengers of Seoul. They are expressing their feelings by donating much money. Some people treated the families with missing people with an exotic food, kebab. The Turkish people visited Jindogun and shared the feelings. The people who prepared kebab for the families were food evangelists who warmed the cockles of someone's heart. 최민성? The sea. The sea is blue, no matter how much red is within. The blue sea devoured the whole land. The sea is calm, no matter how much waves it made. Waves of hands, a farewell to the world, waves of condolence with endless lines. The sea is silent, no matter how much we cry. The endless sea is too far to reach. Who are we shouting for? Who are we shouting for? The sea is blue, calm, silent. Another poem, 좋은지, wound. This accident wounded many children and parents. Festering wound is hard to heal and painful. What should we do is now embrace the wound before it is festered. 나원진, things eternal. Some things may seem eternal, like that full moon high up. And the promise of eternal love is the one we may adore. The things we adore cannot always keep us safe from the reality. Lately, I knew it when the promise went down underwater. Okay, very good. Do you like it? 장은아? 장은아? Encroaching tide. Locked in many limits of emotions, or shall I say, I'm getting used to concealing them, is about handling yourself alone. Handling hardships with little reliances. Not because you are trying, being mature, it's just the way it is. Steadily, you encroach into an adulthood. Oh, it's a different poem, anyway. Okay. Fairy say, well, rest in peace will change everything that led to the accident. 임호수, her empty room. This poem is very unique. It's a poem describing a mother who lost maybe her daughter in the ferry accident. So she was complaining about her her daughter not keeping her room clean. Okay, her empty room. That morning, she told the daughter to tidy up her room before leaving. Just like the other day, her daughter didn't. Instead of her daughter, she cleaned the room with a bit of anger, with a bit of sigh. Then the tide swallowed the daughter. She sobbed, crying, "I cleaned the room, please come back and you can make it the mess again." Not like the other days, her daughter didn't. Good. Of course, it's a fiction, right? But art is what? A fiction, right? 견지원? April is the cruelest month, Eliot said, and I agree. For hundreds of stars have fallen, such a huge grief to the whole country. Sorry that we didn't protect you. Sorry that we can't help you. We are so incompetent. All we can do is to praise yellow ribbons. April is the cruelest month. Okay? And another point, 최동화. Actually, it's a tragedy, right? It's a tragic accident. And the poem is what? Very beautiful, right? Beauty and tragedy could mix. Yes, in this poem, they could mix, right? Farewell. Down, down, down into the darkness of the sea, gently they go, all the beautiful, the tender, the kind. Quietly they go, all the intelligent, the witty, the brave, with horrible fears I know, but I do not approve. I'm not resigned. Okay. 김재용. Death and grief. Okay. Come back as winter passed and spring is here. Come back as the sun rises after sunset. Come back as nothing has happened. Come back as you came to my dream yesterday. It's an understatement, right? Okay, 남보석. 남보석. 세월. Young petals sunk into the ocean, bubbles of grief float on to the ocean. Young hopes sunk into the ocean, blows of blame float on to the ocean. Busy to blame each other, swallowing their guiltiness, stop pointing the fingers to another. The blame cannot be ownerless. 정지야? 세월. Students were on board, buoyant with expectations. Expectations were soon shattered with the word, "Stay still." On the brink of death, what would they have felt? Leave this cold world and rest in one place. Okay? The same poem, a little different, right? Revised. Okay, why don't you make comparison between these poems with Adonais, Shelley's Adonais. Okay, let's go to the poem Adonais. Okay, page 746, Adonais. Stanza 1. I weep for Adonais. He is dead. Oh, weep for Adonais. Though our tears thaw not the frost which binds so dear a head. And thou, said our, select from all years to mourn our loss. rouse thy obscure compeers, teach them thine own sorrow, say, with me died Adonais, till the future dares forget the past. His fate and fame shall be an echo and the light unto eternity. Where wert thou, mighty mother? Where were you, mighty mother? When thy son lay, pierced by the shaft which flies in darkness, where was lorn Urania? When Adonais died, with veiled eyes, midst listening echoes in a paradise, she sate, while one with soft enamored breath rekindled all the fading melodies with which, like flowers that mark the courts beneath, he adorned and hid the coming bulk of death. Stanza 39. Peace, peace, he's not dead, he does not sleep. He has awakened from the dream of life. 'Tis we lost in stormy visions, kept with phantoms and unprofitable strife. In mad trance strike with our spirit's knife, involuntary nothings. We decay like corpses in a charnel, fear and grief convulse us and consume us day by day, and cold hopes swarm like worms within our living clay. Stanza 40. He has outsoared the shadow of our night, envy and calumny and hate and pain, and that unrest with which man miscalled delight can touch him not and torture not again. From the contagion of the world's slow stain, he is secure, now can never mourn a grief grown cold, a head grown gray and vain, nor when the spirit itself has ceased to burn with sparkless ashes load and unlamented urn. Stanza 40 is something that is very similar to John Keats' Ode on a Grecian Urn, right? This stanza, okay. We're going to read the John Keats poem after this. Okay, stanza 41. He lives, he awakes, 'tis death is dead, not he. Mourn not for Adonais, thou young dawn, turn all thy dew to splendor. For from thee the spirit thou lamentest is not gone. Ye caverns and ye forest, cease to mourn. Cease ye faint flowers and fountains, and thou air, which like a mourning veil thy scarf hast thrown o'er the abandoned earth. Now leave it bare, even to the joyous stars, which smile on its despair. Stanza 41 is what? The earth, the flowers, and everything, the woods, they echo. They sympathize with the speaker, the poet, right? Sympathize. So when you are very sad, everything in the world seem to be crying, right? So, and stanza 42. He's made one with nature. He's not that. He's made one with nature. There is heard the voice in all the music, from the moan of the thunder to the song of night's sweet bird. He is present to be felt and known in darkness, light, from herb and stone, spreading itself wherever that power may move, which has withdrawn his being to his own, which wills the world with never wearied love, sustains it from beneath, kindles it above. Very beautiful. He's not dead. He's not dead, right? Stanza 43. He is portion of the loveliness which once he made more lovely. He doth bear his part, while the one spirit, the plastic tress, sweeps through the dull, dense world, compelling there all new successions formed they wear, torturing the unwilling dross that checks its flight to its own likeness, as each mass may bear, and bursting in its beauty and its might. Pavilioning the dust of him who planned this refuge for his memory, doth stand like flame, transformed to marble, and beneath a field is spread, on which a newer band have witched in heaven's smile their camp of death, welcoming him we lose with scarce extinguished breath. Stanza 51. Here pause. These graves are all too young as yet to have outgrown the sorrow which consigned this charge to each. And if the seal is set here on one fountain of a morning mind, break it not, thou. Too surely shalt thou find thine own well full, if thou returnest home of tears and gold. From the wall's bitter wind, seek shelter in the shadow of the tomb. What Adonais is, why fear we to become? Stanza 52. The one remains, the many change and pass. Heaven's light forever shines, earth's shadows fly. Life, like dome of many-colored glass, stains the white radiance of eternity, until death tramples it to fragments. Die if thou wouldst be with that which thou dost seek. Follow where all is fled, Rome's azure sky, flowers are ruined, statues, music, words are weak. The glory they transfuse with fitting truths to speak. Extremely beautiful stanza, right? Life. Life is what? Life, like a dome of many-colored glass, stains the white radiance of eternity. Okay, stanza 53. Why linger? Why turn back? Why shrink? My heart, thy hopes are gone before. From all things here they have departed. Thou shouldst now depart. A light is passed from the revolving year, and men and women, and what still is dear, attracts to crush, repels to make thee wither. The soft sky smile, the low wind whispers near. 'Tis Adonais called. Oh, listen, hasten hither. No more left life divide. What death can join together? Stanza 54. That light whose smile kindles the universe, that beauty in which all things work and move, that benediction which the eclipsing curse of birth can quench not, that sustaining love which through the web of beings bindly wove by man and beast and earth and air and sea, burns bright or dim as each are mirrors of the fire for which all thirst. Unfortunately, I can't read. Stanza 55. The breath whose might I have invoked in song descends on me. My spirit's bark is driven far from the shore, far from the trembling throng, whose sails were never to the tempest given. The massy earth and sphered skies are riven. I'm borne darkly, fearfully afar, while spawning through the inmost veil of heaven, the soul of Adonais, like a star, becomes from the above where the eternal are. Okay, what do you think? Your poem is better than this poem? Okay, we'll go to another poem by John Keats. Ode on a Grecian urn. Thou still unravished bride of quietness, thou foster child of silence and slow time, Sylvan historian who canst thus express a flowery tale more sweetly than our rhyme. What leaf-fringed legend haunts about thy shape of deities or mortals of both? In Tempe or the dells of Arcady? What man regards are these? What maidens love? What mad pursuit? What struggle to escape? What pipes and trembles? What wild ecstasy? So stanza one is what? The poet is showing everything on it. He is going to describe them. Okay? Stanza two. Heard melodies are sweet, but unheard are sweeter. Beautiful, right? Quotable. Heard melodies are sweet, but those unheard are sweeter. Therefore, ye soft pipe play on. So it is a depiction of the musician, right? Right. Not to the sensual ear, but more endeared, dear, right? Not to the sensual ear, but more endeared, dear, right? Not to the sensual ear, but more endeared. Pipe to the spirit deities of no tone. Fair youth, beneath the trees thou canst not leave thy song, nor ever canst those trees be bare. Bold lover, never canst thou kiss. Though winning near the goal, yet do not grieve. She cannot fade, though thou hast not thy bliss. Forever wilt thou love, and she be fair. Wonderful, right? Don't be sad, right? They will never wilt. They will never wither, right? Stanza 3. Ah, happy, happy boughs that cannot shed your leaves or ever be the spring adieu. And happy melodies unwearied, forever piping songs, forever new. More happy love, more happy, happy love. Forever warm and still to be enjoyed, and forever panting, forever young. All breathing human passion far above, that leaves the heart high sorrowful inclined, the burning forehead and parching tongue. Stanza 3. Who are these coming to the sacrifice? To what green altar, O mysterious priest? Least thou that heifer lowing at the skies? Heifer, cow, young cow, right? Least thou that heifer lowing at the skies, and all of silken planks with garlands dressed? What little town by river or seashore, or mountain built with peaceful citadel, is emptied of this fog, this pious morn? A little town, thy streets forevermore will silent be, and not a soul to tell why thou art desolate, can ever return. Stanza 5. Or Attic shape, fair attitude, with breed of marble men and maidens overwrought, with forest branches and the trodden weed. Thou silent form dost tease us out of thought, as doth eternity, cold pastoral. When old age shall this generation waste, thou shalt remain in midst of other all than ours, a friend to man, to whom thou say, beauty is truth, truth beauty. That is all ye know on earth, all ye need to know. Do you like this poem? Okay, the poem is very different, right? It's different from Adonais, quite different in the poetic language, and of course, theme. Okay, we'll take 10 minutes break. Thank you.